In this video, the swim stroke being analysed is freestyle. I'm going to break down the stroke into three main categories: body position, stroke, and the kick. Body position breakdown. Spine alignment. When swimming freestyle, your body should be level with the water. Your head, bottom, and feet should all be in line at the same depth. This in turn keeps your legs higher in the water, so when you kick, your feet should be breaking the surface of the water. Head position. The head position plays a major role in your overall body position. Your neck and head should maintain a neutral position by looking down and focusing your eyes on the bottom of the pool. When breathing, you want to avoid lifting your head out of the line of your body, instead rotating to the side. Upon analysis, I have identified two key strengths in my body position. I maintain a streamlined horizontal alignment with my body straight from head to feet, which helps reduce drag and allows me to move more efficiently through the water. I also keep a neutral head position during non-breaststrokes by looking down and focusing on the bottom of the pool. This keeps my head in line with my spine and supports overall balance. Two noticeable weaknesses in my body position when swimming freestyle are the way I breathe and the effect it has on my alignment. When I go to take a breath, I lift my head rather than rotating it smoothly to the side. This breaks my streamline and causes my hips to drop, which increases drag and slows me down. I've also noticed that my legs sink slightly during breathing, which further disrupts my body position by breaking my alignment. To improve, I need to focus on keeping my head low, pressing my upper body lower into the water, and rotating more efficiently so I can stay aligned and reduce resistance in the water. Extension. Hand to enter the water at 45-degree angle with your middle finger leading, and then extend fully through the shoulder. Catch. Reposition your hand and forearm to face backward with a high elbow forming an early vertical forearm. Pull. Pull straight back toward your feet with a high elbow, finishing the stroke as your hand passes your hip. Recovery. Bring your arm over the water with a high elbow and begin the next powerful stroke cycle. A key strength in my freestyle stroke is the way I fully extend forward at the start of each stroke. This full extension is important because it increases my stroke length and helps me glide further with less effort. I also enter the water with my hand angled at 45 degrees and my middle finger leading, which improves my feel for the water and sets up for a strong, efficient catch. At the end of each stroke, I make sure to extend my arm past my hip to fully complete the pull. This is important because it ensures I'm using a full range of motion to generate propulsion. Altogether, these strengths help me move through the water more efficiently, reduce drag, and get the most out of every stroke. During the catch phase, I rush through the repositioning. Instead of allowing both my hand and forearm to properly rotate and face backward, I begin to pull too early. My elbow doesn't stay high enough to activate the early vertical forearm, and my fingers don't fully point down before I initiate the pull, all of which reduces the power of the stroke by reducing the surface area of water I'm using to push and makes my stroke less efficient. In my recovery phase, my arms swing low and to the side, with no emphasis on a high elbow. This can cause problems with hand entries and the body to swiggle side to side. Kick comes from your hips, not knees. Point your toes to increase surface area. Knees should be bent at 120 degrees. Small, fast kicks with no more than 0.5 of a meter between the feet or legs. Heel to exit water on the kick. Upon analysis, I can see that my toes are pointing downwards with my foot flat, increasing the surface area that is pushing against the water. This increases my propulsion forward. Legs maintain a close distance from each other, reducing drag, and helps my body remain streamlined. By bending the knee close to 120 degrees, it allows my heel to raise to the surface of the water. This signifies that my kick is coming from the hip down. Upon analysing, I can see that the rhythm of my kick lacks consistency and doesn't always match my stroke, which disrupts the flow of my body in the water. This also means that as my legs are not always in sync with my arms, I'm using a lot of energy that isn't contributing effectively to forward momentum. Secondly, on some kicks, my whole foot breaks the top of the water. This creates a bigger splash, and if the whole foot arises out of the water, it cannot create propulsion from within.